I don't know whether Nicole's like fat or not. But like, for fuck, y'all need to like, who's this like council of deciding like whether I'm fat or not? Like, okay, if I'm fat, then I'm fat. I'm not, lah. The fuck y'all need to know.
Welcome to the second episode of Big Sis, which is a new segment on Zula. I'm Saffron, some random KOL. And we have Nicole. If you saw the first episode, she was here in a similar top.
And I'm here again in a similar top. I'm very excited for this week's topic.
Yeah, I think it's very relevant to the both of us and to a lot of girls in Singapore who are not like the ideal body type. And the topic is body issues.
Body issues.
Yeah. I grew up always like being very insecure about my body. I think because I'm half white, so my build is generally like quite like, no, I wouldn't say like super big, but bigger than like Chinese girls in Singapore. So that was like my standard that I always compare myself to. So I always was on like crazy diets or like I exercised like crazy. I remember in JC, I just like didn't eat like carbohydrates for like 2 years, and my snack was like poached eggs in like mee pok soup. I was like a counselor, or was it like prefect? Like
Student council.
Yeah, I was in student council. So on the side, sometimes you have to, in CJ, you have to like write something and talk. Like student councils have this like privilege to talk. So I shared about like my body insecurities, and then like my friends were like, "What the fuck, you siao ah? Like you're damn skinny." But even then, I didn't believe it. But now, people always like fat shame me on TikTok. Fuckers.
Yeah, fuck all of y'all.
But actually, I feel like a lot more comfortable in my own skin now than I did back then.
I still remember when I was in primary school, right? Because I was very big size, right? So, like, my friends would... There's this one girl, when I was taking my height and weight, she would, like, peep over, see my weight, then run back and tell her friends, like, oh my god, she's this weight, that kind of thing. But it didn't affect me, affect me to the point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna starve myself. When in, like, secondary school, then after that, JC, right? I think that was when, like, I realized that people were on diets. I think when I was 16 all the way until I was like mid-19, right, I would eat carbs but like really very little, so I barely ate rice. And I think that was like when I was at my smallest also, because that was also breakup era. So like that was like
depression.
Yeah, it was like cannot eat era also. So like that was when I was very small, and then a lot of the photographs then, right, I was very like small, but I didn't feel small.
Yeah, I didn't feel small.
Yeah, so I still felt like I was fat.
Yeah.
And like, I think like to people outside, right, I've heard that like, okay, I've came to learn that like whilst at that size, people were still talking about my body and they were like, I don't know whether Nicole's like fat or not. But like, for fuck, y'all need to like, who's this like council of deciding like whether I'm fat or not? Like, okay, if I'm fat, then I'm fat. I'm not lah. The fuck y'all need to know.
Shall we move on to the questions?
Yes.
How do I build confidence when I don't exactly fit into Singapore beauty standards? I used to try very hard to like fit into how to be like skinny or like look a certain way, like not have breasts and I have a very like perky ass and like petite proportions. And I only came to like embrace how I look more when I lived abroad. When I lived in London, I think because you see like different body types, so you're more exposed to like people of different shapes, and then you're like, oh, actually there's like so much beauty in like the confidence that people carry. Like it's not really how they look, but how much they like don't care about other people. I think that's like the more attractive thing. Then I learned that it's okay to like just enjoy yourself, but it definitely is like a process. Like it's not like something that you achieve overnight. Like even now I still like struggle quite a bit when I read comments that I've gained weight, and furthermore my mom will also tell me like at home. I think that's like quite a common like Singaporean thing. Like parents were like, oh, you gain a lot of weight, like better lose weight. But you have to like ground yourself and remember that like your body is yours and not theirs.
Okay, I can't quote it verbatim, but like, okay, so this is me now, right? But if I have to take like my soul out of my body and then I stand like third person and then look at myself, right? And like see how my brain treats my body, would you date a person that treats yourself like that? like that talks down to yourself the way that like you talk down to yourself. Like if you want to keep someone like that around, right, then you should like not adopt this mentality also, you know. There'll come a time, I hope, that like in your life you realize that your default shape is like that and your default looks is like that, and like you can only work around it. And I feel like once you come to terms with, I'm not gonna change myself to like mold into a different shape, but like what I'm built as, right, I will work around it. Like the way you dress and the way you feel is so like, wow, I really can tell the difference. Like, cause when my friends start dressing for their body type, right, they look so fucking hot. So you just dress according to what feels good on your body. It makes a huge difference.
I can't get over the fact that I've gained weight and I can't really fit into my old clothes anymore.
Get a whole new wardrobe.
I
If
feel
you can afford it.
like
But because like I know some people, when this happens to them, right, they will keep the old clothes and then they're like,
I do that also.
Yeah,
like I
will-
want to fit into that
I will work
body
to
type,
fit.
right?
Yeah. But honestly, right, like if you don't see yourself like losing that significant of weight, like in like, I don't know, the next 2 to 3 months, just purge your closet and buy a new one. Like legit. Like I feel like it will do a lot for your mental health. Yes, it's expensive, but
Taobao.
yeah. Or like Shopee.
I can relate to this statement because like sometimes I wear like old clothes and like, oh fuck, I really put on weight. But then I just take it with like a pinch of salt. Like I'm also getting older and like you can't have the same expectations of how you look like when you were 19 compared to when you're like 25, because your body is completely different and your lifestyle is different also. When I was 19, I wasn't going out as much. I wasn't like drinking as much and I wasn't like eating as much nice
last time,
food.
19, we still must climb up and down
Yeah.
staircase like GC all.
Like now I have the, like I don't really walk as much as well.
Yeah.
But when you were like in school and stuff, like you have to walk around everywhere.
You were
and damn
clocking in the 10K,
10K,
confirm. Yeah, so it makes sense why. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like you have to be kinder to yourself, especially when you hit your 20s. Your fucking metabolism slow down like siao one. So it's okay, it's okay.
Okay, how do I not let my friends and family fat shaming affect me? How to draw boundaries regarding this? These are such like sad questions.
Yeah.
I think with family it's a bit more tricky. Like, cause your friends, you have a more like open relationship with your friends. But with family, like they kind of just want to project their their concept of care onto you. So with me, I just quite straightforward. I tell my mom like no.
Okay, what if it's like not close relative?
If it's not close relative, I feel like I don't really see them that often. So like I just like okay lah, whatever.
But I feel like then that's why if it's like, okay, for example, Chinese New Year, right, you don't see them that often. So that 1 year break, they never see them. Then you see them
Yeah.
again, right? They call you fat.
Yeah.
So like it's like, oh fuck, that means like in this year I've gained significant like weight to like when I come back for Chinese New Year, they're like, oh I don't
I
look.
feel like sometimes it's quite natural. I feel like this year I gained weight. Like how it makes sense of it is like I've been single, so I've been like treating myself like to holidays, like solo trips and eating well, and also like spending more time on like my mental health, and I'm not indulging in like toxic habits. So I don't see what's the big deal.
If
And,
these
like, my
chibais
sta-
come for you, you just be like, hey, you also
Yeah. If you have the guts to do it, I feel like that's the best
If
way.
they have the fucking audacity to like fat shame you or whatever, then just say back to them, chibai.
But your hair like balding your auntie, what's up with this?
How to be more confident about your body when being intimate with your partner? I feel with the right guy,
Oh, he won't even make you feel insecure.
yeah, he won't make you feel insecure. He will love everything about your body.
Because like,
Yeah.
if he don't look like what you see in porn, right, the fuck chibai, then he want you to look like that.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
And if you're being intimate with your partner and like he makes you feel like that, then he's probably not the right guy. But also I think sometimes girls are not confident in their own self. So also like a close friend of mine, she's been intimate with her partner, but she doesn't really enjoy it because she doesn't feel like too good in her own self. So it's more like something that she has to work on also, like embracing your like inner sexuality, which is like a process in itself lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like the right guy also give you like reassurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will, and like urge you to love yourself. I'm skinny, but I'm insecure about being flat. I feel like everyone is insecure. Like
Yeah.
every girl has something to feel insecure about. And like when I was younger, I would die to be skinny. Like literally, I'll be like, I want to be like stick thin, like supermodel. Because I love fashion, right? And like clothes generally like are made for super skinny girls. So I think it's like the grass is always greener kind of mindset.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like now, because last time I was like uniform all the way. Then
Yeah.
now when it's like I can be more experimental with my clothes, then I'm like, oh fuck, I wish I was flatter. Then I can just go out braless. Cause
But then girls who are flat want to have boobs.
yeah, cause like now if I don't wear a bra, right, it will gadong like
Yeah.
that. And like you make not slutty clothes look slutty
Yeah.
for no reason, you know. And then like it's like oh cover up or like oh nip slip, that kind of thing. I feel like honestly, like being flat has a lot of fucking advantages, especially in like today's day and age. Like the braless like vibe. Like,
I
that's the vibe.
think like dressing for your body type. So like if I was super skinny and like I didn't have a lot of curves, I will wear like the most slutty outfits.
Yeah, you must take advantage of what you have, you know.
Yeah. How do you detach your insecurities from your self-worth? I think like having self-worth is also accepting that you have insecurities.
Yeah.
And it's okay to have them. People think like having self-love is like just loving yourself to like full capacity 100% all the time. But like no one actually feels like that. I think if you feel like that, you're probably like Dilulu and like you are masking something deeper. Like I think it's okay to accept that like I'm insecure in many ways and I choose to accept that, but I take active steps on like making it not so pronounced so I don't have like toxic habits. Yeah.
Because I feel like the toxic part of like self-worth, right? I mean self-love, right? Is like, okay, if I love myself so much, right? Why I don't dare to wear this crop top out?
Yeah.
I should be able to wear this crop top out and feel confident. But you don't have to. Like achieving self-love doesn't mean you need to like be okay with like dressing something that's like not fitting your body silhouette and like being okay with it, you know what I mean?
I get insecure sometimes because I'm physically bigger than my boyfriend. I relate to this so fucking hard. I was dating a guy who was like a lot skinnier than me. I just felt so big. So now I realize I just date guys who are bigger than me. No, but I mean like that's like a fast shortcut resolution.
But I feel like it's if he gives you the proper reassurance, right? Which I'm pretty certain he does, right? Whatever people say really doesn't matter. Like I know that people will have a lot to say about this kind of things, right? And it's so fucked up because it's really not their relationship, and it's like people want to date like that, then let them date. Like if he's like big size guy and skinny girl, no one says anything about it. You know? Oh no, people will say that she's in it for the money.
Yeah.
So it's like no matter what permutation, there's gonna be opinions from people. So as long as you're happy, right, then fuck everyone else.
How do we accept that there are some things we can't change no matter what we do? I feel the fact that you can't change it no matter what, you have to accept. It's like the process of letting go. And like for me, I used to be like, I'm still quite control freak in the sense where I like to control a lot of things about my life. But I think once you like reach that place where like it's making you unhappy, right, and stressed, then you're like, okay, I need to let this go. Like you can't change it, right? Yeah, I guess cannot change, then just accept. I know this is not very helpful, it's just literally reading the statement.
No, I feel like
the art of letting go.
Yeah, you know when you walk down the streets, you don't really judge the people. Like you don't look at the people and like, oh my god, thick thighs, oh my god, tiny boobs. You don't do that. So for as much as you don't do that, right, people are also not doing that to you. Yeah, but I feel like when we like just chill and hang out and stuff like that, you feel like everyone's like thinking that about you, but it's really just you feeling that about yourself. And everyone is also feeling the same way. Like everyone's feeling equally as insecure.
Yeah.
So I think that's quite like comforting to know.
What a passionate episode, Nicole.
Yeah. I feel in this topic resonates with me. Does it resonate with you?
It resonates with me with a lot. I feel like a lot of women can feel the pain of like being compared to others.
Okay, like not saying that like guys don't feel insecure. We're not invalidating or saying that.
I think men also do, obviously.
Yeah, men do.
But this is for women. So.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is Zula. To all the girls out there, y'all just be kinder to yourselves and the people around you. Yeah, don't be chibais. Like I feel like whatever negative energy you put out, right, it will come back one day. You just be only. Yeah, so just be nice to people lah, and guys, don't be chibais to people lah. So thank you for watching this episode of Big Sis.
Remember to comment down below anything you want us to talk about.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
We'll see you next time. Bye. ASMR.